G'day everyone, it's great to be with you. I've spent my life pushing the limits, venturing into places most people would call insane. From the frozen peaks of Everest to the deepest, darkest jungles, I've learned one crucial lesson. Our planet is as deadly as it is beautiful. It's a world of extremes, and while I've always been drawn to that edge, it's vital to understand the risks. The wild doesn't play by our rules, it has its own, and they are unforgiving. It demands respect, preparation, and a healthy dose of fear. Today we're not just looking at tough spots. We're exploring the world's most dangerous places. These aren't your typical holiday destinations. These are locations where a single misstep, a moment of lapsed concentration, can be your last. We're talking about nature's raw, untamed power and human-made perils that have turned entire regions into no-go zones. It's about understanding the line between adventure and sheer madness. So, buckle up. We're about to embark on a journey to the planet's most treacherous corners. This isn't about scaring you away from exploration, it's about arming you with knowledge, because the greatest survival tool you have is right here, between your ears. Understanding the danger is the first, and most important, step to staying alive. Let's get into it. We start at the top of the world, quite literally. Mount Everest, Chomolungma, a name that inspires awe, and, for those who know, a deep sense of dread. Standing over 29,000 feet, it's the ultimate test for any mountaineer. I've been there. I've stood on that summit and looked down on the curvature of the earth. But getting there is a brutal, relentless battle against your own body and the mountain itself. The air is so thin it can barely sustain life. This is what we call the death zone. Every breath is a struggle. Your body starts to shut down. Frostbite can claim your fingers and toes in minutes. The cold is a physical entity, a predator that seeps into your bones. Temperatures can plummet to minus 60 degrees Celsius. Add to that the hurricane-force winds that can literally blow you off the mountain face. It's an environment that is actively trying to kill you, every single second you're in it. Survival up there isn't guaranteed, it's earned. Then you have the objective dangers of the mountain itself. The Khumbu Icefall is a chaotic, ever-shifting maze of giant ice seracs, some the size of buildings. They can collapse without warning. Crevasses, hidden under a thin blanket of snow, can swallow a climber whole. And avalanches, they are the mountain's roar, a terrifying, unstoppable force of nature that sweeps everything in its path. You're a tiny speck in a world of immense, violent power. The psychological toll is immense. You're operating on minimal oxygen, your judgment is impaired, and you're physically exhausted. You see the bodies of climbers who didn't make it, frozen in time, serving as grim markers along the route. It's a stark, brutal reminder of the stakes. Making the decision to turn back, even when the summit is within reach, is often the bravest and smartest thing you can do. Your ego can be your deadliest enemy on Everest. Ultimately, Everest is more than a climb. It's a pilgrimage into an alien world where humans simply don't belong. It pushes you to the absolute brink of human endurance. The fatality rate is a testament to its ferocity. For every 10 successful summits, one person dies. It's a place of incredible beauty and profound danger, a true giant that demands absolute respect. It's the ultimate challenge, but one that comes with the ultimate price. From the freezing heights, we now descend to the scorching plains of Tanzania, to a place that looks like it's from another planet. This is Lake Natron. At first glance, it's eerily beautiful, a vast expanse of shimmering red water under the African sun, but this beauty hides a deadly secret. This isn't water as we know it, it's a toxic, chemical cocktail. The lake is one of the most alkaline bodies of water on Earth. The water's pH level can reach over 10.5, almost as alkaline as ammonia. It's so caustic, it can burn the skin and eyes of most animals that aren't adapted to it. The lake is fed by hot springs that bubble up from below, leaching a unique blend of minerals, particularly sodium carbonate, from the surrounding volcanic soil. This is the same substance the ancient Egyptians used for mummification, and that's exactly what happens here. Any animal, a bird, a bat, that makes the fatal mistake of falling into the lake, is essentially pickled. The high alkalinity preserves their bodies, calcifying them into eerie stone-like statues. You can find these perfectly preserved carcasses washed up along the shoreline, frozen in their final moments. It's a haunting, macabre gallery of nature's power to both give life and snatch it away with brutal efficiency. The vibrant red and orange colors of the lake aren't from minerals, but from life itself. salt-loving microorganisms, and algae that thrive in these extreme conditions. These are the very bottom of a unique food chain. In a bizarre twist, this deadly lake is the single most important breeding ground for lesser flamingos in the world. Their tough, scaly legs protect them from the caustic water, and they build their mud nests on salt islands, safe from predators. But for humans, and almost all other wildlife, this place is a no-go zone. The stench of sulfur hangs heavy in the air, and the water temperature can reach a scalding 60 degrees Celsius. It's a perfect example of how an environment can be a haven for one species and a death trap for every other. Lake Natron is a stark reminder that what looks beautiful from a distance can be incredibly lethal up close, a true chemical wasteland. Our journey now takes us to one of the most inhospitable places on the planet, the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia. It's the hottest place on Earth year-round, a desolate landscape of salt flats and sulfur springs, and rising from this scorched earth is a true vision of hell. The Erta Ale Volcano. Its name means smoking mountain, and it more than lives up to it. This isn't your typical cone-shaped volcano, it's a shield volcano, and it holds a terrifying secret. At its summit are not one, but two active lava lakes. These are persistent, churning cauldrons of molten rock, a direct window into the fiery heart of our planet. Standing at the rim, you feel the intense, searing heat wash over you. The air is thick with poisonous volcanic gases like sulfur dioxide. You hear the constant burbling and sloshing of the lava, a sound that gets right into your bones. It's mesmerizing but utterly terrifying. The danger here is constant and unpredictable. The lava lake's surface is a thin black crust that is constantly cracking, splitting apart to reveal the incandescent orange liquid below. Fountains of lava can erupt without warning, spewing molten rock high into the air. The ground beneath your feet is unstable, and the crater rim could collapse at any moment, plunging you into the fiery pit below. This is not a place for the faint of heart. Getting to Erta Ale is an expedition in itself. It involves a grueling trek across a brutal desert landscape, often done at night to avoid the blistering daytime heat. The region is also politically unstable, with risks from armed groups adding a human element of danger to the already extreme natural hazards. You're isolated, miles from any help, in an environment that offers no water, no shelter, and no mercy. Erta Ale is one of only a handful of volcanoes in the world with a persistent lava lake, making it a geological marvel. But it's a marvel that demands extreme caution. It's a raw, primal display of the Earth's creative and destructive power. You feel incredibly small and vulnerable in its presence. It's a place that reminds you that our planet is a living, breathing, and sometimes very angry entity. A true gateway to the underworld. Danger isn't always found in the wild. Sometimes the most treacherous environments are the ones we build ourselves. Our next stop is Guatemala City, the capital of Guatemala. From a distance it looks like any other sprawling metropolis, with modern buildings and bustling streets. But beneath the surface lies a complex and dangerous reality. For decades the city has grappled with some of the highest violent crime rates in Latin America. The dangers here are human. Gang violence, fueled by poverty and political instability, is rampant in many parts of the city, known as zonas. Extortion is a part of daily life for many business owners and even bus drivers. Armed robbery, carjackings, and express kidnappings are serious threats, particularly for tourists who may be seen as easy targets. The line between safe and unsafe areas can be a single street. Navigating the city requires a level of situational awareness far beyond what most travelers are used to. You must be constantly vigilant. Avoiding shows of wealth like expensive jewelry or cameras is critical. Knowing which zones to avoid, especially after dark, is not just advice, it's a rule for survival. Public transport can be particularly risky, with buses often targeted by armed gangs. The legacy of a long and brutal civil war has left deep scars on the country, and its effects are still felt in the capital. A culture of impunity means that many crimes go unsolved, and trust in the police force can be low. This creates an environment where criminals can operate with a sense of freedom, making the city a perilous place for the unprepared. It's a different kind of survival, a mental and social game rather than a physical one. Despite the dangers, Guatemala City is also a place of vibrant culture, history, and resilient people, but it's a city of stark contrasts, where beauty and peril exist side by side. It serves as a powerful reminder that the urban jungle can be just as unforgiving as any rainforest or mountain peak. Here, the predators walk on two legs, and survival depends on your wits and your ability to read the unseen threats around you. Off the coast of Brazil lies an island so dangerous that the Brazilian government has forbidden anyone from setting foot on it. Its official name is Ilha da Queimada Grande, but it's known to the world by a much more menacing name, Snake Island. This place is the stuff of nightmares, and for a very good reason. It's home to one of the highest concentrations of venomous snakes anywhere on the planet. The island is crawling with them. Estimates suggest there is, on average, one snake for every square meter. Think about that. Every step you take, you're within striking distance of a deadly predator. And these aren't just any snakes. The island's primary resident is the golden lancehead viper, a species found nowhere else on Earth. It's one of the most venomous pit vipers in the world. The golden lancehead's venom is horrifyingly potent. It's a hemotoxin that is 5 times stronger than that of its mainland relatives. It can melt human flesh, cause kidney failure, internal bleeding, and brain hemorrhage. A bite is almost certainly a death sentence, especially given the island's isolation. There's no anti-venom on the island, and you'd never make it back to the mainland in time. It's a swift, agonizing death. How did this terrifying place come to be? Thousands of years ago, rising sea levels cut the island off from the mainland, trapping a population of lancehead snakes. With no ground-level prey, the snakes evolved to hunt the migratory birds that rested on the island. Their venom became incredibly fast-acting to ensure that a bitten bird would die quickly before it could fly away. It's a perfect, terrifying example of evolution in isolation. Legends surround the island, tales of lighthouse keepers and fishermen who met gruesome ends. While some are likely exaggerated, the core truth remains. This island is a death trap. Only a handful of scientists with special permission and full protective gear are ever allowed to visit. For the rest of us, Snake Island is a place to be observed from a very, very safe distance. It's a living laboratory of evolution and a stark warning from nature to stay away. Some of the world's most dangerous places are not immediately obvious. There are no roaring volcanoes or slithering snakes. The danger is invisible, silent, and all-pervasive. Welcome to the Polesi State Radioecological Reserve, the area surrounding the Chernobyl nuclear power plant on the Belarus-Ukraine border. This is the ghost of the world's worst nuclear disaster. On April 26, 1986, a catastrophic explosion at the Chernobyl plant released a massive plume of radioactive material into the atmosphere. The fallout contaminated over 100,000 square kilometers. This reserve, an area of 2,165 square kilometers, absorbed the heaviest of that fallout. It was immediately evacuated and sealed off from the world, a forbidden zone where the danger lingers in the very soil, water, and air. The threat here is radiation. Invisible particles like cesium-137 and strontium-90 have contaminated everything. They have half-lives of about 30 years, meaning the danger has diminished, but it is far from gone. Other longer-lasting isotopes will keep this land dangerously radioactive for thousands of years. Exposure to these particles can lead to cancer, birth defects, and a host of other horrific health problems. The danger is cumulative and deadly. In the absence of humans, nature has reclaimed the land in a bizarre and haunting way. The abandoned city of Pripyat is being swallowed by the forest. Wolves, bears, and rare Przewalski's horses roam the empty streets. It looks like a post-apocalyptic wildlife sanctuary. But this is a poisoned paradise. The animals themselves carry radioactive isotopes in their bodies. The life that thrives here is a testament to nature's resilience, but it's a life steeped in an unseen poison. Access to the zone is strictly controlled. A few scientists and workers are allowed in for short periods, and in recent years, a dark form of tourism has emerged. But visitors must follow strict protocols. Don't touch anything, don't sit on the ground, and be scanned for radioactive contamination upon leaving. The Polesi Reserve is a chilling monument to human error. It's a place where the danger is measured not with a compass, but with a Geiger counter. A silent, enduring threat. Our journey takes us now to a country whose name has become, pretty much synonymous with conflict and instability: Afghanistan. This is a place where the dangers aren't really born of nature, but of decades of war, political turmoil, and deep-seated ideological divides. It's a stunningly beautiful country, with rugged mountains and ancient history, but honestly, it's one of the most dangerous places on Earth for any traveler. And, well, for its own people too. The primary threat here is the volatile security situation. Following the withdrawal of international forces and the return of the Taliban to power, the country remains in a state of flux. The risk of terrorist attacks, kidnappings, and violent crime is extremely high. Foreigners are particularly high-value targets. There is no safe zone. Violence can erupt anywhere, at any time, without warning. It's a constant, unpredictable threat that hangs over daily life. Beyond the immediate threat of violence, the infrastructure of the country is shattered. Decades of war have destroyed roads, hospitals, and basic services. Medical care is extremely limited, and honestly, often non-existent outside of major cities. If you get injured or fall ill, you are on your own. The terrain itself is unforgiving. Harsh deserts and some of the most rugged, inaccessible mountains in the world make travel difficult and dangerous even in peaceful times. Another hidden but deadly legacy of war is the vast number of unexploded landmines and ordnance that litter the countryside. These silent killers maim and kill civilians, including children, every year. Straying from the well-trodden paths is not just ill-advised, it can be a fatal mistake. It's a danger that will persist for generations, a permanent scar on the landscape from years of conflict. Afghanistan is, a profound tragedy. It's a nation of incredibly resilient and hospitable people trapped in a cycle of violence. Its dangers are a complex web of political instability, extremist ideologies, and the physical remnants of war. It's a stark reminder that the most dangerous force on this planet is often humanity itself. For the foreseeable future, it remains a place where survival is a daily struggle. We now venture into the largest rainforest on Earth, the Amazon. It's often called the lungs of the planet, a place teeming with an incredible diversity of life. But this vibrant green world is also known as the green hell, and for good reason. It's an environment that is utterly indifferent to human survival. If you get lost here, you're not just lost in the woods, you're lost in a world that can kill you in 1,000 different ways. The most immediate danger is simply getting lost. The canopy is so thick that it blocks out the sun, disorienting your sense of direction. Every tree looks the same. Without a compass and the knowledge to use it, you can walk in circles for days, and with every step, you're moving further from safety. Dehydration and starvation become very real threats very quickly. Finding clean water and safe food is a full-time job that requires immense skill. Then there are the inhabitants. The Amazon is home to some of the world's most dangerous predators. Jaguars, the largest cats in the Americas, are powerful ambush hunters. Black caimans, massive crocodilians, lurk in the murky waters. Anacondas, the heaviest snakes in the world, can crush a person to death. But often it's the smallest creatures that pose the biggest threat. Bullet ants deliver a sting so painful it's compared to being shot. Poison dart frogs carry enough toxin on their skin to kill 10 grown men. And let's not forget the swarms of mosquitoes that can transmit malaria, yellow fever, and dengue fever. There are spiders, scorpions, and centipedes with venomous bites. Even the plants can be your enemy, with thorns that tear your skin and sap that can cause severe allergic reactions. The environment itself is a constant battle. The humidity is suffocating, leading to heat exhaustion and promoting fungal infections on your skin and clothes. The rivers can flood without warning, and navigating them means contending with piranhas and electric eels. The Amazon is the ultimate survival challenge. It's a world where you are not at the top of the food chain. It demands respect, knowledge, and a humility that can only come from understanding its immense, untamed power. Our next destination is dangerous not because of its wildlife or geology, but because of its political ideology. We're going to the most secretive and isolated country in the world, North Korea. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea, or DPRK, is a place shrouded in mystery and propaganda. For outsiders, it's a journey into a tightly controlled world where the rules are absolute and the consequences for breaking them can be severe. The danger here is entirely man-made. The country is ruled by a totalitarian regime that exercises complete control over its people and any visitors who enter. When you visit North Korea, you are not a tourist, you are a guest of the state, and you will be watched at all times. Your tour is carefully choreographed, and you will be accompanied by government minders everywhere you go. There is no freedom of movement. Any deviation from the official itinerary is forbidden. Taking unauthorized photographs, speaking to locals without permission, or showing any disrespect to the country's past or present leaders can have dire consequences. What might be a minor cultural faux pas in another country could be interpreted as a hostile act here. The legal system is opaque, and foreign visitors have been detained for actions that would be considered trivial elsewhere. The case of Otto Warmbier is a tragic and extreme example of the risks. The American student was arrested for allegedly attempting to steal a propaganda poster and was sentenced to 15 years of hard labor. He was returned to the United States in a coma and died shortly after. His story serves as a chilling reminder of the immense power the state holds and the vulnerability of any foreigner within its borders. Visiting North Korea is to step into an alternate reality, a country sealed off from the modern world. It offers a fascinating, if unsettling, glimpse into a unique and repressive society. But it's a journey that comes with an implicit threat. The danger isn't about survival in the wild, it's about navigating a political minefield, where a single misstep can lead to the loss of your freedom. It is, without question, one of the riskiest travel destinations on the planet. We've covered some of the most infamous dangerous places, but our planet is full of hidden traps, localized spots that are just as deadly. Let's run through a few honorable, or perhaps dishonorable mentions. First, the Bolton Strid in Yorkshire, England. It looks like a charming narrow stream, but beneath the surface, it's a raging torrent with powerful undercurrents and deep water-carved caves. It's said that no one who has fallen in has ever come out. Its innocent appearance is its deadliest feature. Next, we head to the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe, to the top of the magnificent Victoria Falls. Here you'll find Devil's Pool, a natural rock pool right on the edge of the 100-meter drop. During the dry season, thrill seekers can swim in it, with only a submerged rock wall separating them from the abyss. One slip, one strong current, and you're gone. It's the ultimate infinity pool, with the ultimate penalty for error. Then, there are the killer lakes. In Africa's Great Rift Valley, lakes like Nyos and Manoon sit atop volcanic vents. These lakes can become saturated with carbon dioxide. In 1986, Lake Nyos suddenly released a massive cloud of CO2, which, being heavier than air, rolled down into the valleys, silently suffocating over 1,700 people and thousands of animals in their sleep. It's a silent, invisible killer, a geological time bomb. For a man-made danger, look no further than the North Youngest Road in Bolivia, famously known as Death Road. This narrow, winding track clings to the side of a mountain, with sheer 2,000-foot drops and no guardrails. For years, it was the only road connecting the Amazon region to the capital, and hundreds of people died on it every year. It's now a destination for thrill-seeking mountain bikers, but the danger is still very real. Finally, the Skeleton Coast in Namibia. This stretch of coastline is a graveyard for ships and whales, their bones littering the sand. It's where the scorching Namib Desert meets the cold Atlantic. Dense fog, treacherous currents, and roaring surf have stranded countless sailors here. If you survived the wreck, you then faced a slow death from thirst in one of the driest places on Earth. Each of these places proves that danger can be found in the most unexpected corners of our world. So, there you have it. From the highest peaks to the deepest jungles, from toxic lakes to war-torn cities, our planet is filled with places that test the limits of life itself. These locations aren't just points on a map, they are living proof of the raw power of nature, and the complex, sometimes dark, nature of humanity. They command our respect, and in some cases, they command our absence. True exploration isn't about conquering these places, it's about understanding them. The key to survival, whether you're in the Amazon or just navigating your daily life, is knowledge. It's about being prepared, being aware, and having a deep respect for the environment you're in. Adventure is in our blood, that desire to see what's over the next hill. But it must be tempered with wisdom. The line between a life-affirming adventure and a fatal mistake can be incredibly thin. Knowing where that line is everything. So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing your own boundaries, but do it smartly. The world is an incredible place, full of beauty and wonder, but it doesn't suffer fools gladly. Stay prepared, stay aware, and most importantly, stay alive. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Now get out there and have your own adventures, the smart way.